God created the world, man created the game. That's a thought that's come to my mind recently as I'm 2 weeks into a 4 week fast. Four fasts within this year, broken down into the 4 quarters. First quarter of the year, 1 week. Second quarter of the year, 2 weeks. Third quarter of the year, 3 weeks. Fourth quarter of the year, 4 weeks. Now, it's a personal thing that I'm doing, but every time that I've done this, I've gotten some spiritual wisdom. And this time, it has been revealed to me that you do not have to work. And I'm saying you, me, anyone else, you do not have to work hard for money. Money has to work hard for you. See, this world system that we live in, it was created by man. Man created the game, God created the world. And so, if you want to be free of this system, you have to play the game in the way that man created it, but you got to do it in a way that would be pleasing to God. You don't want to get into manipulation, control, and those kind of things. And really, wealth is temporal. It doesn't last. It's temporary because no one gets to take it with them. They can donate it, they can set up systems, but it doesn't. You don't take it with you to the grave. So it really, honestly, it's good for this lifetime. But when you pass on, it's really no use to you. The hardest work is mental. It isn't physical. And I want to ask a question. As you're watching this video, who do you think works harder in a given week? Do you think it's the frontline employee or do you think it's the CEO? I'll wait. Well, I'm going to give you the answer. The person working harder is the frontline employee because the CEO's work is different. The CEO's in meetings with other CEOs and executives. They're at lunches and dinners and conferences. Their work is not as stressful on an everyday level as the person on the front line. And so you just know they understand the flow of money. They have systems in place. And that's what I want to speak to as well. Begin to develop systems. See, everyday people, the reason why the working class remain the working class is someone has to do the work, right? That's one reason. But we don't have systems. So you have to create systems. The way that people run these businesses, high level executives, the way that they run businesses is the way that they run their families. They see that it works in business to build wealth, to have systems that can maintain their strategy. So they do the same thing with their families. And so I want people to begin to develop systems, right? So when a child is born, get life insurance on that child. That's what the wealthy people do. They also set up trust. You don't have to be wealthy to set up a trust, but you want to begin to do the things that these top elites do on a level that you can do it so you can begin to become free. Start the business, write the book, set up the cash reserve account, do all of these things. And if you're a working class person, this is the perfect time to do it because the best time to establish yourself is when you have a steady stream of income coming in. But here's what I want to tell you, and this is the big secret. You want your employment dollar to make money, right? So you want your employment money to make babies. You want that money to double and triple. Now, there'll be people who said, well, I don't have time for that. At the end of my day, I'm stressed out. I'm tired. All I want to do is go home and relax. I want to watch YouTube and chill. That's fine. You can do that. But I say don't do it every day because you have to think about it. For me, I think I'm not just living for myself. I'm living for future generations of my family. You're living for future generations of your family as well. And I want people to begin to stop to think about or start thinking about how they can stop the scratch. And by that, I mean this is every family starting over from scratch, generation after generation after generation. And the way you do that is you have to set up systems. So just set some systems up and know that you don't have to work hard for money. Wealthy people don't work hard for money. Their money works hard for them, which is the reason why it's important that you direct your money so that it's making money for you and create multiple streams of income. Because if one stream of income dries up, you don't want to be stuck because you don't have an alternate. You don't have one or two or three backups. That's what wealthy people do. And I'm not here to tell you that you have to become wealthy, but I am here to tell you you do want to be free. And if you're in this system like I am, and like a lot of people are, you feel the pinch of that. You feel on some level that something outside of you is in control of your life because you haven't diversified your income streams. That is important. It isn't taught in our schools, which I believe is for a reason, but you want to begin to educate yourself. And as you educate yourself, you elevate your family, and you also, along the way, you elevate other people's lives, homes, and communities as well. But with that, I'm going to call it the end of the video. I'm going to remind you to own your mind, own your money, and own the keys to the bank. May God bless you.